to episode 6 of Chatting with CJ. We are sorry we missed you last week. We took a little station break to get things started, but we want you to thank you for subscribing, being a part of this journey. We're now on Instagram as well with Chatting with CJ podcast, as well as YouTube. We'll have Facebook and everything. So, without further ado, how are you, CJ?
I'm good. I'm good today.
Excellent. You look good. You're getting stronger, Mom. And I love you. This podcast is not only therapeutic for you, but for me as well. Because we did have a little tension today, but it's all gone.
Yeah, we worked it out.
We worked it out and we talked it out. So, this is episode 6 of Chatting with CJ. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube, now on Instagram as well. So, without further ado, what would you like to talk about, Mom?
I want to talk about my feelings about Jamie Foxx's special on Netflix.
Okay.
Because Jamie Foxx had an aneurysm and he had a bleed in his brain too. So I could really identify with the things that he was saying, and I can appreciate the feelings that he showed that he had. And it's important because when he said that he couldn't remember 20 days, well, I couldn't remember a month or better what happened with me. And you know, the fact that he said when he couldn't control his bowels and somebody had to wipe him, the same thing happened to me. And there was they have male nurses. They have males who perform those duties. And I'm like, I don't want a guy wiping me and touching me, but what am I gonna do? That's his job. That's his profession. He's professional at that. And I have my personal feelings about it, but what am I going to say? Oh no, he can't do this. Well, who can do it? Who can do it? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I can't remember who he said his nurse was who came in and was whipping him into shape, but I had a physical therapist
yeah,
who was whipping me into shape too, because because I was hurting. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to get help, but I didn't want to go through the hurt that I had to go through in order to get better. So one day I had to get some new tennis shoes, and she was there. And I said, I couldn't get the tennis shoes on. I told her, I said, I can't get these tennis shoes on. She said, push. And I'm like, but I can't get, all she kept saying was push, push. The tennis shoes eventually got on. I got busy doing what she said she wanted me to do. And eventually, I wasn't using a wheelchair anymore.
Well, let's take them through the process. So we're going to take them through the process. So it was a physical therapist at Kern Ann. So a part of your first physical therapy was learning how to stand because you were in the bed for so long and they were actually moving you about. So through this journey, a lot of people don't know that you kind of lost your ability to walk for a second. And
I did.
She was a physical therapist. We don't know her name at Kern Ann. She was about her business. She, on the first very physical therapy where you were required to stand and start walking with the assistance of a hoist type of equipment, she emphatically told you to keep pushing, to put your foot in that shoe and to stand up. And she had you. And at a certain point, I was there, my sister was there too. At a certain point, you know, you push through that pain of just that soreness of putting your foot back into a tennis shoe, because your feet had been out of tennis shoes for so long while you were bedridden. So what ended up happening is, from that point, you called her nickname was the bulldog or pitbull, right?
I called her pitbull because she was on it. She wasn't taking no mess.
Yes, and that's the thing. They had a regiment for you to get with.
And I told her I wasn't being negative or, like calling her the pitbull, but I called her the pitbull because she was no nonsense. And she knew what she had to do, and she called me out on the times where I would waste time because I didn't want to hurt.
You would stall. Yeah,
and she knew it. She was really excellent. I'm gonna look for her when I go back, because I'm still doing therapy at Kernan, and I'm going to look for her so that I can tell her how appreciative I am with her. But one of the things that happened was my daughter had taken some pictures, not pictures, but she did some videos of me while I was at Kernan, and I wasn't able to walk when I was like in physical therapy.
At the very beginning.
I couldn't remember. Yep, at the very beginning, and I couldn't remember, but the video showed that I couldn't stand. I couldn't walk. And
they had a hoist around you.
Yeah, they had a hoist around me. But I didn't remember those things. It was when I saw the pictures and the video of me trying to walk or trying to stand up that it came back to me that this is the way that it was. So that Jamie Foxx's
special on
Netflix, it was so real. I saw when he was having his moments, emotional moments. I felt it because I had the same emotional moments for me when I was trying to walk and couldn't walk, and so many things, and thinking about my family and my friends who came to visit me. And I learned that if you don't have people who are concerned about you, who show up for you, and the people in the wherever you are in those facilities, the hospital, the rehabilitation center, you are on your own. You don't get treated the same. If this is my opinion, if nobody is around to support you, and the administration of people see that you all by yourself, you don't get the same kind of care. I had my friends came, my family was there every day, and I put forth, after just a little bit of time, I put forth the effort that I needed to put forth so that I could build up my strength.
You got with the program, Mom.
Yeah.
I saw it.
So I could learn how to walk again. So I did not have to get on that hoist so I could stand up.
But talk about you. So I took a few notes. So let's specifically talk about this because we're 9 minutes in. You talk about specifically on the Netflix special that it's 20 days Jamie Foxx said he couldn't remember, right?
Right.
And you said it was about a month for you, right?
It was about a month or a little better for me that I don't remember anything hanging out of my head. I didn't remember being on that hoist where they had to lift me up to get me in a wheelchair, lift me up to get into the restroom. So
during that time, I felt, and I agree with you, they don't know you, the staff doesn't know you, so I felt that it was the presence of the family to establish who you were.
Yes.
To remind staff members of you a person with dignity, of what you've done. So I have great relationship and met some great nurses at the University of Maryland in the ICC. ICU, 7th floor. Excellent team. Virginia, Stacy, Renee, all of those folks down there. And they began to, I brought in a picture of how you were at the photography party that I had, talked about what you've done, and they saw you as a person, and they had a lot of respect for you. And with that, they had looked out for you. They looked out for you, made sure you were getting adequate care. They would call. I could call a checkup every morning. And you're absolutely right. You have to have people that have your best interest, because as your mind is resetting and as you are coming back online, you have to have people there who won't take advantage of you, who look out for, make sure that their evil spirits are not around, and that you are getting the most effective care.
I'm so glad Jamie Foxx did that special, because there are a lot of people out there who have aneurysms. I never knew anything about an aneurysm until I had it.
Neither.
And when Jamie Foxx did that special, it's like, it's information. I could feel his emotions, because I had similar emotions. Like with my family, with my friends who were there to support me, and the fact that God gave me a second chance.
Absolutely.
A second chance, and I am so thankful. I've watched the special 2 times, and each time I get emotional about what Jamie Foxx went through, because I went through it, and there's so many other people who have gone through it and who've gotten second chances at life.
Yeah.
I want to take advantage of this second chance. I want to do all that I can do to be a success to myself and to help other people. It's so important.
Well, you first started it, by doing this podcast, because prior to your aneurysm, it was like moving a mountain, a boulder uphill. That we had talked about doing something and sharing your, but it's just like you have a renewed sense of life.
Yes.
With this, and as I promised to cut the camera on and post it and make sure it's done, rain, sleet, snow, or shine, when you're available to do it, you actually want to, because we wrote some notes down, right?
Yes.
So I want to talk about, because you and Jamie Foxx, you had to have the will to get better, right?
Yes.
All right. Because you talked about a time specifically when you had to potty train yourself again, right? So talk about that.
There was a time when I was in the hospital and I had to go to the bathroom. I had to have a bowel movement, and I called the nurses station.
This was at Advanced. The third step down, the skilled nursing facility.
And I called because I didn't want to have it on myself, but the person that was supposed to come and help me said, just go do it on myself. And I'm like, what? Why are they going to tell me to do it on myself? And I'm trying very hard to use the bedpans. Are not friendly. They are not easy. They are so tiny when you have to put your butt in it. And the other thing, that is important is the fact that people have to care. I said, I don't want to go on myself. I want to be able to, I'll use a bedpan, but the lady told me to just go on myself. The other thing that I had to do was because I was urinating and I was wetting on myself, I had to potty train myself. I had to make sure that I didn't drink water or drink anything after a certain period of time, that I went to the bathroom before I went to sleep, and that I got up when I got up in the morning, that I went to the bathroom. So I had to potty train myself.
And a lot of this, you may not even remember this, Mom, at Kern Ann, because during that process of you using the bathroom and stuff, you had a urinary tract infection that you had to battle as well.
Oh, no,
So you don't remember that. And
Nope.
they had to put you on medication, antibiotics for that. It's so many things that you overcame, Mom, in this short period of time. It's just like it's no stopping you. So I know my personality, I'm going to be quite honest, can be intense at times, because I'm an intense individual sometimes, and I don't like ambiguity sometimes. But I see so much in you, Mom. That's why, and so much that you don't remember that you conquered, that people who talk all day and want to down you, I can't let you that entertain your psyche because of what you've been through. Those people talk. You are a person of action, and you've proven it. You climbed out of the trenches. When you first were in the hospital, they said that you were going to die, that you had a... When we were first at Mercy, I cried to the nurse, and she said that your outlook was not good. When they put you on, and transfer you from Mercy to the University of Maryland, they put you on a breathing machine. That was the scariest time, because it was no guarantee that your body would resume taking over once it was, but you did, Mom.
I don't remember any of that. None
But
of it.
see, the thing about it is, you had a team that came together, which includes friends and family, because the tech that had you go to the bowel movement on yourself was held accountable, because you had your friends Natalie and Carla who called up, and they made them aware this is not the patient you want to try to do that with.
Right.
You know, and I was there, but I realized that it was a team, that I didn't need to be front and center every time, that I could focus on other things. And while the team, family and friends, both blood and non-blood, came together. So, Mom, go ahead.
That's why I say again that the special that Jamie Foxx did was so awesome. The emotions that you could see he had are so real. You know, and I just thank Jamie Foxx and the people who put that special together, because it can educate people to... I didn't know what an aneurysm was.
Me either. I thought it was the same as a stroke before.
You know, when I had it, you know, and a bleed in your brain.
In your area where your bleeding was, it was in a very irritable area of your brain, so it was a very just like traumatic thing, because when you first went to the hospital, you were suffering severe headaches and you got nauseous, and it was just because the doctor said it was in a very irritable section of your brain.
I don't remember having a headache. I don't remember
I was here.
any of that.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't remember it. You know, but I felt Jamie Foxx's emotions when he was, you know, like expressing them on that special, and how important your family and friends are, you know, to man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, they just helped me so much, you know. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for my family and for my friends who've stood by me. I am.
I'm proud of them. I'm proud, and it's an honor to be a loving son, Mom. And like, as we grow on this journey of life, it's just like, I pray to God that we be sitting having this conversation. So even through the frustrations, it's just like the frightness of thinking that you were going to die and not make it through the night, and then how strong and faithful God answers prayers, and it's just a beautiful thing. So we're 20 minutes in, Mom. What do you want to tell your people?
I want to say this may be a repeat of things that we've already said, but with the Jamie Foxx special, if you haven't seen it, watch it, because you never know what can happen or who it can happen to. Because I never thought I would have an aneurysm. Who would have thought Jamie Foxx would have had an aneurysm? But there's so many people who have aneurysms that we don't know and we don't know about. But that special was really, 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 really good.
Amen, Mom. So with that, we're signing off, everyone. We'll see you soon. See you next week. God bless everyone.
God bless you.
And today is December 15th. We're going to post this one up. And we'll chat with you before the year is out. All right. Take care.